Oink by Roger Hargreaves. Oink was a sort of pig, a Timbuctoo pig. He lived in Trotter Cottage on the island of Timbuctoo. He was very, very greedy. And do you know what that greedy Oink liked most to eat? Apples. For breakfast every morning, Oink ate 22 apples. For lunch every day, Oink ate 33 apples. For tea every afternoon, Oink ate 44 apples. And for dinner every evening, Oink ate 55 apples. So, you can guess what Oink had for supper every night. That's right, 66 apples. And after supper, Oink went to bed every night and dreamed about only one thing. Oh yes, that greedy Oink liked apples. But one person who didn't like Oink liking apples was Grizzle. His farm was next door to Trotter Cottage. And so, early the following morning, he went out to his apple orchard carrying a huge red balloon. He tied it to the lowest branch of one of his apple trees, and there it hung, looking for all the world like the biggest apple in the world. Grizzle grinned, something he doesn't do often. Later that same morning, a piggy nose appeared through the hedge, and on the end of that piggy nose was a piggy face, and the piggy eyes in that piggy face peered around to make sure that no one was about. No one was about, so Oink popped through the hedge, and then he saw it. He couldn't believe his eyes. "I say," he breathed, "it's the biggest apple in the world." And he crept towards the biggest apple in the world, and licked his lips, and stood on tiptoe, and opened his mouth, and shut his eyes, and took a big, greedy, Oink-sized bite out of that apple, the biggest apple in the world, and bang! Oink was so frightened he fell head over trotters, and he rushed back through that hedge faster than you've seen a pig move ever before, and hid, trembling, under his bed. He'd never had such a fright in all his life. Grizzle, who'd been watching from behind a tree, burst out laughing, something that he never does. "I don't think," he laughed, "I shall be seeing that greedy Oink in my apple orchard again." He was right. Oink hasn't touched an apple from that day to this. And do you know what Oink dreams about at night these days? The biggest apple in the world. Thank you for listening.